Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors to my elder apostles, the great millstone, and peace and salutations to the hopeful members of the elect, the Bacharium, the house of David, that's been preordained, predestined to get delivered in these last times and to be the ruling governing body of the nation of Yasha'Allah. So this is a video from Dabu 7. All right, it says it's begun. Get ready to pay much higher prices for meat from now on. Era of cheap meat is over. So hey, hyperinflation is coming, and these people are gonna anarchy, man, sedition among men. All right, that's coming in all different types of angles. All right, and this can stir up a lot of people, you know. But either way, that famine is coming, okay? Because a famine will come. All right. So I'm gonna let Dabu speak, and I'm gonna get some scriptures after.
It looks like the era of cheap meat is absolutely over with for sure. For those that just can't seem to see what's going on here, the inflation going through the roof and the prices of everything from gas to meat now going through the roof. And this is really bad news for those that like to consume meat in mass. And for the past many decades, people have been very used to being able to get meat cheap and whenever they want. They're saying that those days are now gone and that they're not coming back ever.
Yep. It reminds me of scripture. Okay. Because that's coming, man. A famine. All right, but first it's going to be hyperinflation. You see, because the elites, they want to push their New World Order. So they got to ration out the foods. They're besieged the land, really. Okay. And they want this whole place to collapse so you can bend the knee and accept their MOTB spoken of in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Because this is what's coming soon. Actually, let me get this real quick first. This is what's coming. Revelation 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Talking about the, I gotta use code words, all right, because there's an algorithm on YouTube, but that charagma, all right, that chip, that Lay's chip, all right, they want to embed under your skin a tracking device, and they're gonna ration out the food, and whoever has that chip, they'll that Lay's chip, they'll give it to them, and who doesn't, they won't. We're seeing it already with that juice in Austria. They're locking down the unjuiced, you see? So it's already happening. Everything is gradualism, all right? It's happening. So you won't be able, he's going to come down on both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark. That word mark is charagma, meaning, that chip, that Lay's chip, all right? And if you go into the latter root, deep word, it's Karax, meaning the palisade. Then if you go deeper, it's graphos, meaning the writings. That's a tracking device. All right. And what do you know? Bill Gates came out with a Google patent, all right, WO quadruple six. Or no, WO 060606. All right. The HR quadruple six. Now come on. It's just they don't want to make it too obvious, but it's right there in your face, man. All right, that's that barcode. You see? It says, in that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. It's talking about Esau Edom. This is his barcode. That's part of his that he wants to issue out for his new world order, his new system. But it's gonna collapse and be destroyed. All right, it's gonna economically collapse and be destroyed. And Yahushua is going to set up his kingdom. Yahushua is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, who looks like a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah. Okay, it says, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 through score and 666. So what they're doing is it's going to be hyperinflation, but then they're going to come to the conclusion of, all right, in order to get this food, you have to have that Lay's chip, all right, that Carragna, you see. But before that, people are gonna go buck wild, all right. Just that alone with famine and they can't pay for their food, people are gonna start robbing more. Criminal activity is gonna heighten, all right. Second Esdras 15 verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, rebellion, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, so the higher authorities, the president, people are already laughing at Joe Biden. You know, he has dementia. The man is losing it. That's why they had Kamala Harris, you know, right after the lunar eclipse. Signs in the heavens, man. All right? They put Kamala Harris to condition you, like, yeah, get used to her, you know? Maybe, you know, we'll see. All right? But sedition is coming. They're not going to regard the higher authorities. All right? It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. People are going to riot. All right? People are definitely going to riot over famine, over having not food, or the hyperinflation beforehand. Again, criminal activity is going to heighten. A lot of theft. You see? The whole world is rioting, or was last year especially, you know? Some were rioting over just the tickets going higher. All right? So how much more when it comes down to eating? It says, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, famine, and for great tribulation. All right? And that's the time we're coming into real soon. Okay? It's order out of chaos. They want this to happen, but let's continue.
Now, they go on to give an example here, saying that just from October of last year, the beef has risen 20%. So in about a year's time, it has risen that much. 20% in 1 year is deeply alarming. If anyone is sitting here paying attention, consuming it for what it is saying and what it is, 20% of the overall price in 1 year. So Tyson Food comes out and says, look, we have raised the prices, the highest inflation that we've seen in 30 years. They go on to say that the chicken prices have rose 19% during its fiscal fourth quarter, while beef and pork have jumped 33% and 38%, respectively. They say that...
Yeah, man, and they're gonna start again. People are gonna start stealing or buying a bunch of meat. All right, in the stores, they're not gonna pit out all the meat. It's gonna be less and less. All right, less and less, and then these ports are at a halt. All right, are these ships at these ports are at a halt? You know, hundreds of them. So this is prophecy. This is all happening because the Lord is about to judge this place. You see, America is done. Esau Edom's system is done. All right, this evil, wicked system. This place about to get the best cleanup ever, man. It's about being righteousness. All right, it's about to be. This world is about to go back, or it's about to be, you know, heightened. All right, it's about to go to a righteous vibration on a whole nother level. You see, once Yahushua returns and delivers his elect and establish his kingdom. But this is prophecy. This is Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Now these are the stores. You see? The sown places, like your grocery stores that have the food. You're gonna start seeing like what happened last year. So everyone's really seen it. We all, you know, last year, especially when this whole thing happened, this whole pandemic, you went inside a store and there was less produce on the shelves. You know, at least in my area. All right. So this is gonna happen again, but now it's being systematically, it's plummeting. The ships are stopped at the port. You see. So this is Second Esdras chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. The full storehouses are what? The grocery stores. You see? So all the food is going to be gone. All right? So it's hyperinflation. It's already happening. It's gradualism. The next is going to be, you know, less of it on the shelves. And then they're going to push out the MOTB if you even want to have it, you know? But right before that, it's going to be chaos. All right? So the storehouses are going to be found empty. You see? But, you know, so Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying. Actually, let me go back to the video, Slakia. Like this.
38%, respectively. They say that during the early portions of this crisis, they were reluctant to pass the increase onto the consumer. Now, they won't make that mistake again. It's all being passed on to the consumer, and from here on out, these levels are raising, and they're never going to come back down. I hope people have a plan. We've talked about this over and over and over again for the whole past decade on getting prepared for this very moment. How many listened? I don't know. But we're going to be talking about what we can do to prepare for this here in the short term over on the live streams. Make sure to join us. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
There is no preparing either the Lord with you or not, but this is happening. Esau Edom's kingdom is about to be crushed, man, destroyed. All right, so there it is, you know. So with that, hey, shalom.